Hi! Kickstarter. A lot of really terrible products are launched on Kickstarter, and a lot of them never actually come to fruition. Well, this is a product that does exist, that you can actually get your hands on, and you know what? It's pretty awesome, it's pretty crazy. Now here's the thing, I wasn't even going to review this flashlight. It just showed up on my doorstep unannounced. I didn't know it was coming. Alright, so Wuben sent this massive box. This giant box has some accessories in it, but it's all just for this tiny little flashlight, which is kind of ridiculous. They've also included the charging case, this lanyard cable thing, and this carrying case, which is way too big. Now, after spending some time with it, even though I didn't agree to review it, it was so interesting that I just wanted to do a quick video on this. So, the X3. This is a super portable, magnetically charging, glow-in-the-dark, right-angle, convertible dual-channel light with an OLED display. That's kind of a lot. Let's unpack that. The most interesting thing about this is definitely the form factor. You can see it's this rectangular thing here, but you can see it's got this really interesting swiveling head that allows it to become a right angle light while still having the exact same footprint. I actually think this is a really cool design. I like this a lot, and I've never seen a rectangular flashlight that has this kind of swiveling head. The head itself has a micro arc oxidation. You can see on the front there's an OLED display that'll actually tell us what mode we're on and how much battery we have left, with the button right next to that. And then on the front we have two channels. We have, on this version, a white LED and a red LED. There's also a version that has just two white LEDs for extra output, but this one I like the versatility more, and it has a high CRI Samsung LH351D, which is a pretty cool option. The material choice here is really interesting. So the top is a micro arc oxidized aluminum chunk, but the body itself is made out of this translucent glow-in-the-dark plastic. So you can see all of the electronics inside the light normally. Interestingly enough, when you turn this guy on, there are two blue LEDs. They call these the indicator LEDs on the side, and these will actually charge the body. So if you use this for a little bit, then turn the light off, it'll start to glow a little bit on the sides, which is pretty cool. They also have this available in other colors, which may or may not glow in the dark, I don't know. I definitely like this one the most though. It looks very kind of futuristic, which is really cool. Okay, so the interface on this guy is really simple. To turn it on and off, you just press the button, and then a double tap will turn on turbo. While it's on the normal modes, pressing and holding will cycle just up through the modes level 1, 2, and 3, and then while off, pressing and holding will activate the second channel, the red channel, and pressing and holding will cycle through low, medium, or high, and this strobing mode here. When the light is on, you can press 5 times and turn on these side indicator LEDs. Press 5 times again to turn those off. As you can see up here at the front, we have this display which shows you what mode the light is on, the lumen level, and how much battery is left. Right here on the front of the light, you can see we have this magnetic charging coil, which allows you to charge the light in this case here, which is a really interesting design. So this is a rectangular case. On the bottom, we have a USB-C port, and this really strange plastic flap here on the top. So this allows the light to shine through on the top and allows you to access the light. But if you have this in right angle mode like that, and you put it in here, now you can control it on the top, and this becomes a diffuser. Kind of neat, I guess. It's kind of just annoying to get the light in and out. I guess you could just leave it open and not worry about it, but I don't know. It's a cool design. At least they're thinking of trying to do something different and interesting. I don't know. It's kind of weird. The bottom of this light has 2 magnets that allow you to attach it to metal surfaces, and interestingly enough, these are actually threaded, so you can remove these guys here, which I guess allows you to make it non-magnetic if that's what you want. Kind of cool, I guess. And then on the back we have this clip here that allows it to attach really securely to any MOLLE webbing, which is really nice. Of course, this has dual channels. One channel is a red luminous SST20, and the other is a nice white Samsung LH351D, which is high CRI. The beam of this guy is actually kind of interesting. It's got a surprisingly tight, throwy hotspot and kind of a wide spill. The beam quality is very nice. I really like using it at night. Nothing to complain about there. I don't really have a use for the red light, but it is cool to have the option. However, the performance of this guy is kind of disappointing. So it outputs 700 lumens on turbo, which just drops and then continues falling after it hits about 150 lumens. The high level of 150 lumens is clearly not well regulated. It just falls as the battery dies. It's kind of disappointed. I really would have liked to see better performance on a light this expensive. And that's really where we get to the recommendation. Do I recommend this light? No, not really. It's just pretty expensive. $50 was the price I saw for the early bird version, but then I think it's like $80 otherwise. That's kind of a lot. I mean, it does a lot of things. Is it technically justified? I do think so. I mean, there's a lot going on here. The design is really impressive, the build quality is excellent, and they're just doing something very different. But it doesn't perform that well, and you can't easily replace the battery. You can't charge it any way other than the case, which the case is nice and it charges super fast, but I mean, you could use it like this, but I don't think that's really a substitute for just having a much better battery life on this guy, better performance, because this is a really inefficient way to do that because it has to charge the light magnetically, which is not an efficient process. So really, I just wish this had like a USB-C port on the light. Okay, so that's my review. Yep, this thing is pretty crazy. I really enjoy it. I think it's really cool, but I don't really recommend buying it unless you're after something that's just different and interesting, or I guess if you like the looks of it. But it is a pretty good flashlight, and you know what? I do think Wuben should be applauded for trying something different and actually pulling off a good product in the process. At the very least, this is a Kickstarter product that you can actually buy and that actually delivers on its promises, and it's pretty cool. So if you're interested in this guy, I think we'll have a link in the description for it, as well as a link for several other flashlights. We'll also have a link for a big list of recommended lights, and yeah, there's other cool videos on this channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.